Two, one, and welcome back to the Newbie Gains podcast. I'm with a very special guest. We have Tatiana, all the way from the US of A, and we are interviewing Tat on her amazing transformation journey. Another one of our Dream Team Academy superstars. Tatiana, welcome to the call.
Hello.
Hello. Now, can you share with everyone like who you are, where are you from, and what do you do?
I'm Tatiana, originally from Russia. 6, 7 years later, I came to PA of United States. I am in the health, the health field. So before it was radiology, now I'm working on like occupational therapy, but I'm also like a caregiver. So yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned that you are a caregiver. Like, is that full time? Is that part time? Like, how often are you doing that?
It really depends. Most of the times it's full time, other times it's part time. So,
Okay. So you got a lot on your plate.
oh yeah.
Okay. Now, before you met me, what did your health and fitness journey look like?
So it started off when I was a kid. I was always like, I guess you wouldn't call it an athlete. I was that kid who participated in all the sports. I loved all the sports. I did all the sports, and up to high school, it was mostly track then, and a little bit of surfing. And then after high school, I kind of had a little it just went flopping over. Like, so then like eventually my health kind of started like getting pretty bad because all I did was running all the time. I was super skinny. I thought I was perfect. I definitely wasn't. I didn't eat that much, maybe like 5 to 700 calories a day. Hated carbs, afraid of protein. And so it just got really bad. And then eventually, because of an accident when I happened at 16, that caught up to me because of the running. And so then my knees started giving out. And so I couldn't work out for like 4 months. It was even hard to even walk.
Mm.
And I'd say then other people told me to start eating a little bit more, started eating a little more, still couldn't exercise, started gaining all that weight, and now here I am.
Wow. Now, you mentioned you hated carbs and you were scared of protein.
Yep.
So, having that relationship with food, how did that affect you in your day-to-day life?
Very slow, less energy, maybe I'd say a little bit moody. And I know like my kidneys, like they start no, they were pretty bad, I'd say.
Mm.
So everything was just like, oh, all
Okay.
over the place.
And during that time, like, do you remember how you felt?
All I thought I felt was just like happy because I was skinny, but really overall I was not in the best mood. I felt really weak, tired. It was just like
Mm. What were you unable to do that you wish you could back then?
left weight for sure.
Okay, so back then, like having the energy that you had before, like the idea of lifting weights, like was it impossible to you? Like what was your relationship with like with weights? Did you have one?
I guess I was that girl who was afraid to lift the weights because I was like, I'm never gonna be able to do this like everyone else, or like I'm afraid of what other people would say, stuff like that.
It's wild because we're gonna get into it. But this is new to me as well. I didn't know you were scared of weights. I didn't know you were scared of like carbs or protein. I did understand that we had to build a relationship with food, but seeing where you are now, which we'll touch on in a second, is it's quite a transformation. Did you have like a negative impact? Did having a relationship with food, like a negative relationship with food, have a negative impact on your social life? Yeah, we'll start there.
So before I remember when I was like super skinny, not eating much, I did get judged. Everyone's like, you were literally so skinny, I could see all of your ribs, all of your
Wow.
spine. And other people were just like, if you're not gonna come out and eat with us, then how about not come out at all? Like have a
Wow.
little fun. And like of course my energy was a little bit low, so like my mood was a little bit low. So that kind of like everyone else like noticed that. So yeah.
Why did you want to be skinny so much? Like, what was it to you?
I guess it's just the way I wanted to look. I thought it was like the pretty, you know?
Was that something in high school? Like, was that a thing? Like the skinniest girls were the hottest girls? Was that a thing? Or
Actually, no. See, in high school, most people were afraid of me because of my face or something. They're just like, you look so intimidating. So there was not a lot of interaction with that.
yeah, okay. But you just thought, you know what, skinny would probably, be the go-to look.
Yeah, I thought I would have more attention then.
Okay, got it, got it. Was that true for you? Well, like, was it the attention that you wanted?
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
That's tough. For me, Tad, I don't know if I told you, but when I was like 15, I was skinny. Like I was very skinny. And my friends were pretty athletic, and I didn't think I had a problem until one day I was at a swimming carnival. And it's our first swimming activity day in high school. So we had to go to the change rooms, get changed, get into our swimwear. And I was in the bathrooms, and my friends looked at me and pointed at me like, "Oh, your body is weird looking." And it was the first time I felt this emotion of shame, and I didn't know, it was a weird feeling because I had never felt it before. I was like, the fuck is wrong with me? Am I weird? Am I like not normal? And I remember how much it scarred me. I didn't know, I didn't have anyone to tell. I didn't have my mom. My mom wouldn't care. My brothers definitely didn't care. So I just like let it sink. And then for 2 years, I just played video games. And I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go fucking to the beach. It really affected my social life. So, when someone's telling you, I can see your ribs, like, did that really affect you at all? Like, whenever it did, how was it?
Eventually, it did start catching up to my head. I was like, maybe this really is a problem. Like before, I didn't think too much of it, but then when people started like saying stuff, I like eventually start catching up to me. I was like, oh gosh, there's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thinking about that now, what was the moment you realized that you had to switch away from being skinny to being fit and strong, which is where you are now?
Oh, when I found you.
Okay.
Like
So let's
I
talk.
remember before I like after all like I gained the weight, I wanted to be skinny again, but
Hmm.
not like as skinny as it was before. But then when I want to be fit and strong was after, we had our chat, I found you and I started the program.
Okay. Now, what was your thoughts going through like the program with me and the next level coaching crew, all the community calls, the macros, the strength training program, like going through that process? Talk to me and everyone else listening about that.
So when all that just came flying right in, I was like, "Ooh, all that eating? I don't know if I can do that." Then you're like, "Here's you gotta eat these carbs, gotta eat these proteins." I was like, "Oh no!" And then like the working out, I did enjoy that, and like the program, seeing how everyone is in the community, I had to trust the process because everyone seems to be having an awesome time. So eventually, it did start catching up to me throughout like the few months we've worked together. Like that, I need to trust the process and not be scared of like eating, not be scared of lifting like this heavy stuff. And so yeah.
I love that. Now, we did go and talk to you about your eating habits before. So, can you tell everyone like what a typical day of eating would look like before you came into my program?
Okay, so I was working night shifts. I did my night shifts. I slept, and then I woke up maybe like at 12. I ate like maybe like a salad with a little bit of protein, or
Mm.
like these healthy like net carb tacos or whatever. I would eat two of those. I'd worked out, made like I ran, made sure I burned like 400 calories or something,
Wow.
did a little bit of stretching, and then after I ate dinner, and then that was it.
Okay. Now, transition now, like a few months later, you've been with us for 5 months. Like, what's a typical day of like eating like for you and training?
So a typical day is I wake up, I eat, I go work out. After my workout, I will eat again. Then wait a few hours. I would probably eat like then I start eating like the veggies and like extra protein because I'd try to have like most of my carbs in the morning, and so that'd be like what my fourth meal, and then like my fifth meal would be like a snack. So it's 5 meals. Like I'd have it like within like 3 to 4 hours of, within each other.
Okay. Now, when you look in the mirror, Tat, like, and it's something that we've spoken about on your check-ins, like, what are the biggest changes that you see when it, like you would tell me, hey, I'm not losing any weight, and I would send you the photos like literally every 2 weeks. I would do the same thing, but I went through the same process. A lot of women that work with me, they're like, you know what? The scale's not my best friend. I'm like, look at the photos. Your photos are like day and night. So talk to us about looking in the mirror, looking at your photos, like what do you see now? Like especially when it comes to the changes.
A lot of muscle. Definitely a lot of muscle. I like what I see. I definitely don't want to be skinny anymore. Like, skinny. I want to be like fit. A little bit of fat is fine. But I see a lot of muscle and I really enjoy it.
Mm. Now, I've seen your workouts. What are some of your, like before me, you were just running on the treadmill, like a lot of cardio bunnies. So now that you're in the gym, slaying your 5 day strength training program, like what are some of your favorite achievements? And you're still very new, like you're in your first year of lifting. Like, what are your favorite achievements in the gym?
I'd say so I've been starting to get a lot more compliments about my back. So that has been like become my favorite achievements, and I've been really enjoying like the back days, especially like the arm days too. So anything with like the upper body, I just love that.
Yeah, you're being too nice. Like this lady can do 6 pull-ups, like fresh. Um, a lot of women that go to the gym, that takes them like 2 decades to get pull-ups in. So you're flying with those pull-ups.
Yeah, it's still a little bit of a challenge, but
Yeah,
I'm trying. Every
yeah,
day I'm trying to practice.
yeah. I can see that. Um, so how do you feel about your body now? Like I know we just mentioned before the call that we're both like coming off sickness, but overall, when you're feeling well, like how are you feeling in your body in comparison to how you were a year ago?
I love it actually. I'm not actually worried about the scale as much. Like you said, don't be scared of the scale. It's like now I'm just thinking about like it's honestly just weighing my muscles and the water retention for me. So I definitely have noticed a little bit less fat, and like I try to like measure out the muscles I have, which I absolutely love. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that's really cool. And now, what are you able to do now, whether it be energy wise, socializing, clothes that you wear? What are you able to do now that you couldn't do before?
Well, I can definitely go out. A lot of people would compliment me, so I now when I'm going out, I could wear what I want to wear. Um, what else?
What do you want to wear? Like, what do you wear now that you didn't wear before?
Well, right now I'm actually wearing sweats because I like staying in to do my work.
Yeah,
But when I go out, I do sometimes wear like a dress, like, maybe like if it's a nice place, or shorts, or like skinny jeans,
that's
and like
cool.
a nice shirt. So before I was just making sure everything was all big. I
That's
like
That's bananas because before, and this is, there's a term, I can't think of the term right now, Tat, but bodybuilders have it. So, bodybuilders, as we know, we picture a bodybuilder, like perfect body, they deal with the same thing. They don't think they have a nice body. Whereas, comparison to other people, they're like, this guy's got a great physique. This woman's got an amazing physique. So, even though you were quote unquote skinnier and that was the look you were going for, you would wear baggier clothes. So, I don't know if you know this, but do you see how your relationship and your perception of your body has changed?
yes,
Yeah.
there's a lot of change for sure.
Yeah, it's really cool and a really important thing to highlight on this call. Um, Have you noticed that this new energy, this new aura that you have has impacted anyone around you, your loved ones, friends, family?
There has actually been some people that come up to me at the gym, um, is asking me like for advice, like how do you look so great? Why do you look so great? Can I like I need help or something? Can you help me? I'm just like, all right, let's do it. Or like some family members were just like, look at your legs. They're strong. Look at them. And I'm just like, all right, bet. Yeah. Like it's really like made me more happy.
That's freaking amazing. And what would you tell someone who is watching this right now, like a mini Tatiana, who's like, skinny is the way of life, I'm just going to diet my way to losing weight and doing running on the cardio and just doing a whole bunch of cardio workouts. What advice do you have someone that is still stuck in their own way doing those type of exercises and eating that type of way?
I'd say forget your workouts and have Coach Pat help you. He did a great job with me.
Okay, amazing. And for any advice of people that are making excuses that don't want to take action and they're just like comfortable where they are, even though deep down they know they should work on themselves, like what advice do you have for people that are making excuses?
I'd say hop off that couch and try try it slowly, step by step each day and have help for
Cool.
sure.
I love it. That I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for helping me inspire millions of people that are going to watch this interview after this call is out. And we really appreciate you kicking ass with the DTA. Let's freaking go.
Awesome.
Love that.